hybrid or inline, integrated single pass production or offline finishing is the question. Why are these two technologies out in the market, and what can they do to solve your customers' problems?
Everything that we do is offline. We've been a great believer that whilst the machine can be printing, that's where we make money, and setting up a cutter and wasting print time, we see the better value for us as a company of the die cutting being done offline. But nowadays, we aren't just die cutters, it's what embellishments we can add to that label, and we're often asked for foil, cold foil, tactile, spot colours, metallic colours, and quite honestly the inline machine just gets longer and longer, and for us that downtime is better spent offline, setting up the machine while somebody else is still printing digitally.
Okay.
The advantage of inline is that your products are finished, that you can directly see that they are finished. But the last months we are discussing to put some machines again on offline printing, especially for small orders and a lot of paper change. You can use your printing machine more adequate instead of setting up the die cut. So it depends a little bit from job to job.
Jacob, you have the hybrid system, Jacob?
Yeah, it's quite good for standard labels, but again, when you want to add value, then the hybrid machine is kind of getting down, because you don't want downtime on a digital unit. You mainly get that if you have hot foil inline and stuff. So we do plain labels and then we take it over to the standalone machine. So we actually do both, just to have as much little downtime as possible.
So it's maximise the uptime of your digital presses.
Yeah. Also, if you got a special die cut, then you won't have the machine standing still. You just put it over in the standalone instead.
Okay. And you have inline and offline finishing.
Yeah, we have 5 presses, but only one of them which we operate inline. We tend to put through our longer runs, but anything involving embellishments, embossing, spot varnishes would normally put through offline, because for us the amount of downtime that's involved and the complications of running such a line would be too complicated for one person to control. We've actually got a total of 9 finishing lines against 5 presses, so for us having it offline gives us a greater degree of flexibility.
I think it's still based on what type of portfolio you have, and of course you need to analyze that one, and if you have like Jacob said, a lot of standardized labels in the same format, in the same die cutting unit, then it's of course a good thing to have a hybrid or inline possibilities. What we tend to do is try to, because we have the possibilities of both inline and offline, is try to look at the portfolio and see where it fits the best.
Well, we have 3 finishing lines, 2 digital presses, 1 HP and 1 Domino, and 3 finishing lines, and all are offline. Why? I think that we're having the same path like Rangers, because at the beginning the digital presses were going very slowly, so we had to finish outside, right? No problem. What happens now when you can print at 70 meters per minute? We are collapsing the finishing lines. So now we are looking for a hybrid or a inline solution to better to be more productive for long runs.
Okay, so you're doing both, and unfortunately now as the digital presses become more productive, they put too much pressure on the old finishing line.
Exactly.
When we started with the inkjet, our first requirements for the white and to get into the health and beauty, home personal care, and those volumes are relatively good. So our first requirement was always to have a hybrid, which was not available at the time, and so we ran in line as Mark does, but with exactly the same problems that Mark had with the web widths changes, lots of changes. That drove us to actually part the 2 machines and run offline, and we've always wanted to get back to hybrid. So with the shop floor data capture that we've analysed, we found that 79% of our work is actually merely varnished and die cut, and so now the drive for hybrid, as Iban said, is very strong.